Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the Polaroid One Step to Stranger Things edition. What's so cool about this particular edition of the camera, and why, if you're looking for a Polaroid One Step camera, you may want to look into a special edition or a special color. So first of all, I held off on getting one of these for a very long time because I had a feeling that Polaroid was going to come out with some kind of special or limited run edition that was a little bit different from the traditional colors. Now, if you like the traditional colors, there's nothing wrong with that, and you'll want to go with the traditional color because this is definitely different. As you can see on the bottom here, we have the Polaroid logo as well as I-type camera written upside down, and then up here we have One Step 2 written upside down, and then we also have Stranger Things up here at the top. This is just written regularly, it's not upside down, but it all plays into the Stranger Things theming of the camera. Now I'm going to go onto the film in just a moment, but I want to go over all of the different features of the camera itself before we do. So let's go ahead and look at the camera itself. The camera is your standard Polaroid design. As you can see, it's very almost boxy back here, but it's got a sleek sort of look to it. And then over here to the side, we have our power button. That turns the camera on. This is our flash button. You can hold this down while taking a photo and the flash won't go off, or you can hold it down while pressing the shutter button after you do self-timer and the flash won't go off even if you do a self-timer photo. So that's pretty cool. Here we have our shutter button. You press it to take a photo, and this is our self-timer button up here at the top. It's a very small button. Over here to the side, we have our darken, regular, or lighten mode, a negative for darker photos and a plus for lighter photos. We also have a light sensor right here on the front of the camera so that the camera itself is pretty good at picking up on light. Now to open the camera, all you do is pull over just slightly on that lever, and then the camera front will open up. This is where you can insert film, clean the rollers, whatever you need to do. It tells you right here it takes I-type 600 film. It has a built-in battery that is rechargeable. So it's very modern in terms of how you use it, but you also still really get those cool vintage Polaroid features. Moving on to the film packs. The Stranger Things film packs are pretty unique. They have a very vintage vibe to them, and it definitely reminds you of Stranger Things. Over here you get a preview in the corner of what some of the frames will look like. We've got Starcourt Mall, we've got the different references to things in the show as well as different locations in the show. And on the back we have a very nice overview of some of the photos that you can possibly get with this, the type of photos. It tells us that these are Stranger Things frames. The ASA is 640. Photos develop in about 10 to 15 minutes. You're going to want to store this refrigerated if you're not using it for a while. Shooting tips are included in the box, and it's not for use with vintage cameras. As you can see over here to the side, we've got a vintage camera listed. It's not for use with that, but it is for use with new Polaroid I-type cameras as well as impossible I-type cameras. Now let's take a look at some of the frames here. I just took some photos with this. I love the really faded vintage look, or even it's got almost like a 70s vibe to it in terms of the clarity and the flash exposure. So this was indoors, no lighting, very little lighting, just the flash on the camera, and it's got a very bright flash. There's also a upside down Stranger Things logo on one of these. I'm not going to show all of these because I'm still working on a film pack. This says Hawkins at the top, which is the location of the show. I really actually like how this one turned out. It's just very cool looking in terms of the frame with the photo itself. This one just says Stranger Things, but it's a very nice white frame around it, so it stands out. Took this of a plant that I've got, and it's not a very good looking plant, but this one turned out pretty cool too. I like the looks of it, and it just around it says something about like burgers or something. It's got a nice like soda shop look to it. And then this one here is kind of like a yearbook looking photo. It says over to the side Hawkins, Indiana, and it's just a photo of me standing in a hallway. But overall they're so cool, the look of these, because it goes really hand in hand with I think the look that most people are trying to get with Polaroids, and that is a vintage style look, and all of these frames are perfect for that because they really have a throwback vibe to them. If you like cameras and videos about photography, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. You'll want to hit that notification bell so that you can continue to watch these videos and get notified whenever new ones come out. I'm also going to put a link in the description to where you can get an awesome price on this Polaroid camera, the Stranger Things Polaroid edition, as well as the Polaroid original Stranger Things film for the camera. I'll see you guys later.